Heaven's Journey to Life. Who defines me? Day 13. In this post, we're opening up dimensions of the relationship experiences of positivity, neutrality, negativity, which we have discussed, touched on in our self-forgiveness processes in our previous posts. Here, we're having a look at how we've accepted and allowed to define value, positivity, neutrality, negativity, two towards parts of ourselves that had manifested into our self, mind experience, two towards parts of ourselves within existence, throughout our lives within existence. And from here, take it through to our creation as this physical existence, where within ourselves, our mind consciousness system became the automated system through and from which we'd automatically create, manifest friction to generate energy, experience, and categorization of experiences, of relationships, of positivity, neutrality, negativity, two towards parts of ourselves within existence, equal to and one with the world system of money that has become an automated system through and from which it automatically continue creating, manifesting friction within and as this physical existence for generating money within its relationship towards existence, within and categorization of positivity, neutrality, negativity. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to separate me from and of the substance of as existence as me, as equality and oneness. And in that accepted and allowed separation, manifested me into an individualized preoccupation that had been attempting, trying to define, connect me towards all that I have separated me from throughout existence. In that redefinition, reconnection process, I reconnected, redefined me in separation from and of all as me, with as relationship lines of as energy. And because the starting point of me had become only me, with me, creating, manifesting only me through and as energy within myself, my starting point within these relationship creations of definition and connection stood within the starting point of only me, only my interest, where I created my relationships and experiences of those relationships towards all as me, based on the extent, amount of energy, experience I could obtain, extract, get from the relationships I had formed towards parts of me within and as existence. And so my relationships manifested within the dependency of and as my own survival as an energy entity. And for me to ascertain the extent amount of energy as experience I would be able to get from, take from, extract from my relationships towards parts of me within and as existence. I utilize the reference of positivity, neutrality, negativity. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to create a world system of money where money itself has become an entity seeking, searching for only its own survival, and have accordingly defined, connected its relationships towards all within and as this physical existence, based on the extent, amount of money it can make from, get from, extract from this physical existence as a whole. As the world system of money had been created, manifested, designed, equal to and one with how I created, manifested, designed me as an energy entity. Both the mind and the world system concerned with only it's my own energy, money, survival. And so, as with the mind as me, within and the world system as me without, the relationships created towards all as me from the mind and towards all as me as this physical existence from the world system were manifested into experiences, relationships as categorizations of positivity, neutrality, negativity. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to realize, see, and understand that I was in fact already equal and one here with and as existence as substance, that in equality and oneness, there exist no relationships to connection, redefinition, because each stand here within and as themselves as all equal and one, where everything and everyone is here in and as each one. In this, there exist no relationships, connections, definitions of separation, where instead of being preoccupied within redefinition, connection through experiences of as energy, we in fact have an opportunity to live and express that life of an as equality and oneness, equal to and one with how this physical existence would be if the starting point of each as all stand within equality and oneness, where no one, nothing is categorized within relationships of positivity, neutrality, negativity for the survival of energy and money, but where each life is regarded equally and as one, and each have an equal and one opportunity to live and express that life on this earth with and as everyone and all together. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to, in the separation of as me from of substance, of as equality and oneness, limit the existence of me into and as energy only, where energy became the accepted and allowed deciding factor of who I am in relation to connections to parts of me within as existence. With those connections, relationships being defined, valued within the categories of positivity, neutrality, negativity, based on the extent amount of energy I could get from, extract from them, from within myself and my connection relationship towards them. In this, I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to, in the separation from and of all as me within and as this physical existence as manifested equality and oneness, limit the existence of me, living me, of me on this earth into and as money only, where money became the accepted and allowed deciding factor of who I am in relation to, connection to all parts of me within and as this physical existence. With those connections, relationships being defined within the categories of positivity, neutrality, negativity, within the context of money, based on the extent amount of money I could get from, extract from others, this physical existence as me. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand how, as my relationships towards all as me had been defined, valued within the nature of how much energy I could get from, extract from others as me within myself, and my relationships towards the physical existence world system as me had been defined, valued within the context of how much money I could get from, extract from others as me within this world, that manifested within and as this accepted and allowed relationships is the fact that energy within and money without has been the starting point, value, definition, construct of the entirety of who I am within myself and my living and my relationships. That behind and within all that I am within my entire mind consciousness system and physical living has only been for the survival of myself as energy within and survival of my living with and as money without. In this, I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand that all that I had become as a being was functioning within a mind consciousness system that automatically ensured that my relationships are categorized within and as positivity, neutrality, negativity, to ensure that I can have the most energy within and as certain specific relationships within my world reality. And functioning within a world system of money where my personal relationships towards money had been creating, designing, manifesting my relationships towards the world system of money within the categorization of positivity, neutrality, negativity, to always ensure that I remain within the path, within the world system of having the most money that I can for my survival on this earth. And within that, looking at the world system of money in itself, where all that life on earth had become through and as this world system of money that all of humanity accept and allow to define value life on earth as is preoccupying humanity into and as living for survival, for and as money, where money itself had come to define value and so inflict the living physical lives all of existence come to endure on earth. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, and understand that what my entire mind consciousness system, my physical participation in this world system and the world system itself had become is the survival of me as energy within, and the survival of me within as money without. And that all the detailed complexities of and as what my mind consciousness system consists of and exists as my thoughts, feelings, emotions, personalities, ego, patterns, habits, behaviors, beliefs, preoccupations, ideas, images, pictures, fantasies, and imagination are all manifested outflows from and of the source, origin, point of me as friction generating experience for energy categorized within experiences of positivity, neutrality, negativity, and exists for one purpose only: to get, gain, extract energy from within me and parts of as me within my world reality for my own survival as energy. In this, I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself my physical living on this earth to have become equal to and one with what I have accepted and allowed who I am within myself to become. That all my relationships, the experience of my life, my living, the difficulties, struggles, situations, interactions I face and come across as I walk through and experience my life, my living on this earth, is outflow manifestations, experiences I created, manifested as my life, my living, from and of the source origin point of me as friction generated from the relationships towards money within the categorization of positivity, neutrality, negativity, where everything of my life, my living, has been created, manifested within one purpose only: to survive with as money. That I created, manifested my total self-experience, self-definition, self-valuing within myself and my life, my living without, for the survival of me as energy within and the survival as me with money without. In this, all I had become within me is energy. All that I had become in the without of me is money, and the purpose of my existence diminished to one point: survival. I forgive myself that I haven't accepted and allowed myself to see, realize, understand how, in my initial separation from and of substance as me, within and as existence, as my equality and oneness, that initial first moment of and as friction, as they separated me into an individualized singularity from of the whole, how I created the categorization of positivity, neutrality, and negativity based on the variations of density manifested expression in as which substance existed within as existence before the creation manifestation of human civilization and this physical existence, where the very first moment of separation as friction was the negative, the generation of the substance vibration of experience itself was the neutral, and the accumulation of the substance vibration of experience manifested into and as the substance intensity of energy was the positive. That I had taken the very substance of me as existence, as equality and oneness, and manifested it into variations of vibration as negativity, neutrality, and positivity. Because the moment the part of me went into opposition towards all other parts of as substance as me, that moment of opposition as separation manifested an intensity of as friction, as a negative, as two parts of as substance collide. From that negative as friction, where two parts of substance collide, transform that friction into a resonance that reverberates, ripples into me as that singular part, and the resonance of that friction was absorbed as an experience within myself, where that experience of the resonance of the friction that rippled into me within the context of my singular relationship to that experience felt neutral. Neutral, as I interpreted it, that experience resonance from the friction is me experiencing myself. And so whatever I interpret as me experiencing myself is defined as neutral, because there is a direct connection to me in that experience. And as the friction continued and the experience resonance generated from that friction continued and rippled into me, The experience compounded within myself and vibrated with more and more and more intensity. And so I started experiencing me more, where I went from a neutral me-ness of only experiencing me to experiencing more of an as me. And as the moreness continued within the friction and experience resonance accumulation of that friction within myself, the intensity of the vibration and accumulation of experience resonance from and of the constant continuous friction manifested positivity. I forgive myself that I've accepted and allowed myself to separate the substance of as equality and oneness as me into and as ranges of vibration of negativity, neutrality, positivity. And within that, accepted and allowed myself to separate me further into ranges of vibration of negativity, positivity, and neutrality, where negativity had become the defining relationship to towards all as me as the primary experience energy of as separation. Neutrality had become the defining relationship to toward me only, and positivity had become the defining relationship to toward me that can be more within myself. And so I have within myself accepted and allowed myself to exist within the negative to towards all as me, so that from the neutrality of me just being me, be able to experience the me that can be become more, where I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to so separate me from and of all as existence as me, so that I can experience, attain the me that can be more within and as myself in and as the positive. But not seeing, realizing, understanding that for me to be experienced, become this more within and as the positive, I have to continue my negative relationship of as friction, as separation to towards all as me within and as existence. To from that friction generate the resonance into and as the experience of me as neutrality, with neutrality being my reference of me experiencing my me, and from that neutrality accumulate the friction resonance of negativity into and as myself, accumulating the experience of neutrality into and as the experience of as positivity, as I try to attain my moreness of me, experiencing more and more and more of me. We will continue with the specificity of the design of negativity, neutrality, and positivity within the next post to come. I commit myself to, through writing, self-forgiveness, and self-corrective application, assist and support myself to release myself from within and as the preoccupation of as the mind consciousness system as energy, to no more accept and allow myself to only exist as an energy entity concerned with only its own survival, that's been abusing my relationships towards myself and all as myself for me to only survive as energy, as a mind. In this, I commit myself to walk equal to and one with me, my human physical body as living words, as I take the knowledge and information definitions of positivity, neutrality, negativity of as energy and transform, change words into an as practical living, where I become from a being surviving as energy to a living being in and as this physical existence. I commit myself to giving up my life as I have created, manifested it within relationships, definitions of energy within myself, and money as the without of myself, to stand within the starting point of the life that include all as me within as equality and oneness. And so I direct my living to consider, regard all as me, and participate in directing this world system of money as me, to consider, regard all within this physical existence within and as equality and oneness. In this understanding that giving up my life means stopping the processes of and as my mind consciousness system, as my relationship of and as positivity, neutrality, negativity that I created towards me and all as me. Redefining those relationships and living those relationships within and as the starting point of as equality and oneness. Realizing that I have to give up, let go of my life as energy manifested, as the mind, to give myself the life, which I practically walk through the process of writing, self-forgiveness, and self-corrective application. I commit myself to stopping my own self-separation that I have manifested within as the experience of as negativity, neutrality, and positivity, that had separated me into as an existing entity that only survives to extract, gain, get energies from of the nature of my relationships to towards all as me. As I commit myself to walking this process of stopping the self-separation of as energy relationships within as categorization of as positivity, neutrality, negativity, I see, realize, understand that if I accept and allow myself to continue existing as the mind energy, I am constantly and continuously validating my stance, relationship to towards all as me as separation. Because my initial relationship to towards all as me is based within and as friction, as negativity. And I will not be able to stand equal and one in fact unless I stop all relationships of energy within as negativity, neutrality, and positivity and become equal and one. Equality and oneness where no negativity, neutrality, positivity exists, only expression of as life here. The same as within this world system of money where we're not going to establish a unity within as humanity in the living of all on this earth, if the world system of money still defines relationships to towards all within as this physical existence in positivity, neutrality, negativity, based on how much money can be made from what, who. And so I commit myself to presenting, finding solutions in as this world system of money that stops such separation of relationships to towards all within this physical existence and redefine money as life, equality, and oneness, and so ensure a manifested world system where each on of this earth can live, have a dignified life.